This is Wicked Rhody, a wicked good podcast about Rhode Island events and life. Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining us here on this official first weekend of summer.
Woohoo! We made
we've
it.
had some great weather lately. Now it feels like it's finally really here.
Right? I am so happy. It's been funny, I catch myself frequently saying, "Oh, it's been summer." People are like, "No, technically it hasn't been, Mary. Not until this week."
Right. Well, today, the day of the release, it's actually the official summer solstice. So this is the longest day we have for daylight.
It is the longest day, shortest night.
Yeah. So from here on out, it just gets shorter and shorter until the epitome of December. So happy weekend, everybody.
I love it. But, now that it is the official kickoff, and really we have been so fortunate here in Rhode Island with truly stunning weather. I mean, if anyone really came to the Ocean State to visit for vacation this past couple of weeks, they made out like a bandit because it wasn't too muggy. It was just right. So I'm hoping that we can have a mild summer as we go into it.
Yeah, and I really hope that, we haven't exhausted all our good weather days. And the rest of the summer is going to just be hurricanes, fire, and locusts. But nevertheless, we've got a lot of great things already on the docket for this weekend. But is it me, or does it seem like I'm just looking ahead at a few different events, and maybe you can clarify this. But looking ahead, it seems like the event calendar slows down a bit in July, and I think we've experienced this the past 2 Julys.
Yes.
But the last couple weekends have just been nonstop. You don't have enough time in the weekend to go to all these different things that are happening in the state.
Seriously, it's like everyone crams it in, and then maybe everyone just becomes a beach bum in July. At least that's what I do. So who knows?
So I think what we need to do is we need to start, assigning people to go to certain things. Like if your last name begins with A through G, you go to events in the northern part of the state on Friday, middle of the state on Saturday, bottom of the state on Sunday.
Right.
I think there's got to be some organization here. Otherwise, 95 is just going to be chaotic, and we'll end up just it'd be worse than the December debacle.
Oh, that debacle. Oh, man. Well, speaking of being on the road, a lot of people might be listening while they're driving.
Yeah, so if you're tuned in while you're on the road working, getting errands done, just sit back, listen, and enjoy the episode. If you hear something that piques your interest, we'll have all the links and info for you on the show notes, which is you can find them on our website, wickedroadypodcast.com.
All right. The time has come, Ben.
It's here.
It is here. What is your wicked interesting pick for this week?
It's the wicked interesting pick for the next 3 weeks because Bristol 4th of July is in full swing now. They've had their foot races, they've had their old-fashioned days, their ball, and now, starting tonight, the launch of the podcast, that kicks off their concert series. It is just it's literally 13 concerts, but some of them have 2 different bands in it. So tonight, on the Thursday, they kick off with the Rhode Island Army National Guard 88th Band. Then this weekend they've got the Jerry Grimo and the East Bay Jazz Orchestra. Saturday, Airplay and the Eagles Experience. So if you like that, 80s, really mellow out. I'll never forget a kid when I was a kid. I found an Airplay Eagles cassette in my parents' room.
Wow.
Yeah, I was real young, and I'm like, what is this? And then I found the Air Supply cassette, and it was all downhill from there. Sunday is the world premiere band, and then next week they've got a ton of concerts. They have the East Bay Summer Wind Ensemble. They have the Navy Band Northeast in rendition. They've got some oldies bands. Hey 19, which is it's a tribute band to Steely Dan. They'll be there next Thursday, the 28th. They'll have Detroit Breakdown and Barefoot Rebel on next Friday if you want to get some old school rock happening. The biggest show is always the Sunday before the 4th, which this year is July 1st, which is Changes in Latitude.
Yes.
That is Margaritaville comes to Bristol. And I say that was the biggest show. The biggest one, obviously, is the 3rd. Because it is Songs in the Attic. It's a Billy Joel tribute band with David Clark. Killer killer show.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really good. And right after that, you have the fireworks. So you've got that happening. You've got the parade going on. And then there's also, people tend to forget the whole drum and bugle corps competition, which happens every year, which is something, if you've never seen it, oh my word. This is awesome. It is on the July 3rd, incidentally, the same night as the fireworks, but it's a little earlier. It starts at 7.
Okay.
You can go watch it. They've got groups in there from all over. They've got groups in there from Canton, Ohio, Allentown, Pennsylvania, Atlanta, Georgia, New York. I mean, it's really something. So you definitely want to check that out. It's always a great, great show there. And that one actually takes place in Cranston. So if you can't make it over to the East Bay
Hey, you
on
can
the
hang out in
3rd,
my neck of the woods.
yeah, you can hang over there in Cranston. It's at Cranston Stadium. So check that out. It's all things fourth. It is the season of Bristol. That's our wicked interesting pick of the week and for the next foreseeable future. Here's what's wicked fun in the 401.
Another fantastic reoccurring event I want to make sure you guys know about because, we just talked about people like to be beach bums. I mean, we live in the Ocean State. It's the best place to be in the summer. And there's going to be movies on Narragansett Town Beach happening a lot, pretty much almost all of the Wednesdays now through the middle of August. So it's going to be next Wednesday. Of course, this episode comes out on a Thursday, but we like to let you know sometimes about things that happen next week before our next episode airs. So
Yep.
next Wednesday, June 27th, they're going to be playing Little Mermaid. How perfect is that by the
Oh,
beach, right?
Sebastian and King Triton.
Right? So all movies are going to start at dusk. There are going to be food trucks available from about 6 to 9 p.m. This happens at the North Beach Clubhouse. And of course, since it's after hours, parking is free. Bring yourself a picnic lunch, or a picnic dinner, Stop by the food trucks, get some food. But also this summer, they're going to be playing Leap, Open Season, Sabrina, the 1954 version, Moana, Angels in the Outfield. And on August 15th, those brave souls can go to Narragansett Beach to watch Jaws at night,
Wow.
right?
Well,
Cool.
it's funny because there's some notes here that I found that somehow got missed off of our documents off of their website for the Little Mermaid. It's BYODH. Bring your own diggle hopper. So you make sure you pack
Yes,
extra for the kids.
I love it.
So
I love it.
we also have the Federal Hill Summer Festival happening this weekend. That's right. They have put water in the fountain. It's
Thank
not flowing.
goodness, right? It's not flowing.
It's not cycling, but they're going to fix it. So I think they're just going to have to manually, because the water's going to probably get a little rank in a
A
few weeks.
little mosquito-y,
Yikes. But absolutely. Triple E is abounding.
right?
No, I'm kidding. No, they take care of it very well. The Federal Hill Summer Festival is happening this weekend, Friday through Sunday. And, listen, anytime's a good time. If you got a business lunch, you want to go up there, Venda, on the hill, let me tell you something. You get some great, delicious, fresh food over there at Venda and all the restaurants. Obviously, there's Pane Vino, there's Zuma. What's your favorite restaurant on the hill there?
Oh my gosh. Some of them have sadly closed because I used to live on the hill. I used to live right on Atwell's Ave.
Right.
I love Venda. My favorite, honestly, is Caserta. I'm like a
Okay.
Caserta pizza girl
That's all
through
right.
and
No.
through. That's me. Nice and simple.
If you're not eating Caserta, you're not eating pizza. That's
Amen.
what they say.
Amen.
So the old wimpy skimpy. But listen, this weekend is the Federal Hill. It's their festival. They're going to have a ton of entertainment. Right on stage one is Di Pasquale Plaza, right there by the fountain. They're going to have Dominic Di Pasquale, DJ RJ. They'll have Ron Sands and Lady D, Ambrosiani and Steve Anthony all weekend long. Bank of America is going to be the stage two. So that's down a little ways on the opposite side, correct? The Bank of America,
Yes.
if I remember correctly.
It's a little bit further down. It's like in the middle of
Right.
Atwell's Ave, yeah.
Yep. So they're gonna have Roger Cerisi. They'll have Roger Black. He's an Elvis impersonator. Vinnie Lake, and then at St. John's Park, which is at Atwell's and Sutton Street. They're going to have Eddie the Fixer. They're going to have Letty. He's a DJ, by the way. He's not going to fix things. Please don't bring him something broken. The Legacy Band, Timeless, Tribeca. Those guys will all be there. And again, it's a whole weekend of activities. And of course, obviously, the businesses are open. So come around. The best way to get there,
Yeah. Tell me.
hook up with Uber or Lyft.
Oh,
Seriously,
yeah.
let them drop you right there at the Pignoli Nut. You go walking, you're going to love it. It's awesome. It's a great time. It is happening all this weekend. There will be parts of the street that'll be shut down, just
Hmm.
so you're aware. So, again, it might be a good idea to either park somewhere a few streets away and walk in, or just take an Uber and Lyft, because then afterwards you hit the app on your phone, they take you back home. Life's
Yeah.
all good.
I will tell you that if you have a furry friend in your family, like
Mhm.
listen to that alliteration, furry friend in your
Mhm.
family, that
Yes.
generally these events, as long as your dog is leashed, you are, because as you said, a lot of vendors are in the streets. People are selling some of their most popular food items under some tents. So generally, you can walk with your dog, especially in those areas that you were talking about where the streets are shut down. So take your
Yep.
dog outside too and go see
Where
the
the
sights and smells.
where the streets have no name. Well, actually, it does have a name. It's Atwells Ave, Federal Hill. Go check it out this weekend. What else we got?
Fire Camp 2018, the Festival of Fire Arts is happening at the Steel Yard. The Steel Yard we of course mention in the fall a lot because they have their big iron pour. It's just a fantastic place to go check out to see the different classes that they give, and just different activities. So this Saturday from 3 to 8, so it's great for all ages. They're going to be having a family-friendly, free admission, live welding, live blacksmithing, live
Ooh.
ceramics, live jewelry demos, just to show you like all these awesome classes that they can do. There is going to be an iron pour with customizable welding plates and tiles for sale. There's going to be a resident art fair, local music, local food. Really excited about this. As I said, it's free. So if you just want to even go check it out for a little bit, it's great for all ages. The kids can get their hands down and dirty. You can try out playing with some of the clay or the checking out the blacksmith stuff. So I think that this is a great way for you to really get some hands-on experience and see what the Steel Yard has to offer.
Yeah, that you've talked about this quite a bit. It's really this place is really just
It's
just
hot. But
yeah, it
I'm bum
really is. It's
ting.
blown up. Heyo, ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Mary Lawson. She's in town all week. Try the wheel. Um, it really is a happening place. I mean,
Hmm.
they've got some really cool stuff happening. And it's not just some of the stuff is adult only, but there's stuff for all ages there. So I mean,
Yes.
even if you can't make it there on Saturday, check it out in general. Barry, we always try to, you being a musician,
Hmm.
myself being a hack musician who, one day maybe I'll take lessons or something. The Summer Pops 2018 at Wilcox Park down at the
Yes.
down in Westerly. It's their summer event. It's great. It really is. And we always say, because you have little ones,
Hmm.
uh, if you want to expose your kids to this kind of culture and music, you don't necessarily want to do it for the first time at the vets or at PPAC. It's
Correct.
just not a good idea. These summer pops in the park, which I mean, this is the
Hmm.
38th annual summer pops. These are great shows to take the kids, take the family. Again, bring some snacks, bring a blanket, spread out there down in Westerly. They'll have the pre-show. Will have the beach band, the Westerly High School band, and the Westerly Men's Chorus, the Westerly Morris Men they call them.
Ah.
And then then again they'll have the chorus to Westerly and the orchestra as well, which uh, totally. So this is
And
happening
there's
on.
fireworks.
I'm sorry.
And there's fireworks at the end.
Well, there you go. I mean, it just it's there's fireworks every night in
Let's
my
be real.
neighborhood. All right,
Exactly.
let's stop the show for a second here. All right, listen, I don't have little ones, but after 10 o'clock, knock it off. Thank you.
Yes, I would
This
agree.
message is brought to you by a pissed off Ben. No, I'm kidding. They will be doing they'll have a whole lineup. The 1812 overture, obviously, and
Hmm.
the Star Spangled Banner. They'll be playing Moon River. The can. It's just stuff. You don't have to be a classical music aficionado to know what they're going to be playing. Okay,
Correct.
you're going to know so much of it. You're going to have a great time, and again, it's all outdoors. It's
You can't
free.
beat it. You can't beat
Um,
it.
it's I mean, you can get tickets, but obviously, if you want to support, and which we strongly recommend, but
Hmm.
there are areas obviously you can take advantage of, and listen, and enjoy it. But
Yeah.
support the arts, expose yourself to some amazing music. That's happening on Saturday, rain date Sunday.
I like how you kind of sing that a little bit because it's a fine quality chorus. It's one of our
Yeah,
finest.
my coffee's finally kicking in this morning.
There you go. There you go. So, you know what? We were talking about summer, how summer's here. And in addition to that, it means it's strawberry season. Do you
There you
like
go.
strawberries, Ben?
Nope.
Do you like any fruit?
green apples and watermelon. That's it.
Wow. Hey, well, at least it's watermelon season, so you got that
But,
going on for
but
you.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Watermelon,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
You can eat the whole thing.
Rind,
Eh,
skin,
eh,
go for it.
Wow. That
Yeah,
must be
the rind is really good. I like that.
sure. You can
Not,
I'll
not,
save my rinds for you.
I'm a, I'm that miserable old curmudgeon man.
Eat it
Yes.
all.
Take the rind. That's good for you. The green apples too. My wife is like, it's the worst type of apple you have access to.
I
You could ever
know.
get. But hey, I like it, so
You like the
that's me.
tartness, that's for sure.
Absolutely. But a lot of people love strawberry season, and
Yes.
it's in full bloom here.
And it's pick your own season as well. So whether you're getting them at the farm stands that you're driving by on your way home from work, the local markets, or if you just want to get out of the house, especially while it's not too crazy hot and muggy, there
Yep.
are so many farms with pick your own strawberries. And of course, then that rolls into blueberries and blackberries, and you get all the kind of berries things going on. But just so you know, Farm Fresh Rhode Island has a fantastic harvest calendar for pick your own. I mean, just in general, they're a great resource to go find out about local farmers and CSAs and farmers markets. But if you want to get out of the house and do something different, you want to go get some fresh strawberries, maybe make some rhubarb pie, you can check out their website. They have a list of when things are in season, what farms have the pick your own strawberries, and I can't even list them all. I mean, there's so many. There's something near all of you if you want to
Yeah.
go get some strawberries right now. I mean, of course, you got the big ones. You've got, Shartner Farms. You've got the Big Apple Farm, Pine and Hedge Orchards. You've got Phantom Farms. I mean, there's so many. Fort Town Farm, but there's little ones that are nearby all throughout the state. So
Yep.
definitely check
Yeah.
it out. Farm Fresh Rhode Island. Check out their harvest calendar and definitely their pick your own calendar.
Yeah, you don't have to drive far. Even if you live in the East Bay or Aquidneck Island, there
Mhm.
are farms all around here. It's a great resource there, and obviously you can find the link on our website. Pot Sox weekend. The team is home. They've been having a lot of fun already this week, facing the Buffalo Bisons. Tonight's the last game, the Thursday night game. Stephon Gilmore of the New England Patriots will be there because he's from Buffalo, and we're playing the Buffalo Bisons. Well, I'm not playing. They are.
You're speaking.
Absolutely. And if you want to hear a funny story, I met the umpires the other night.
Really?
I've never met them before, and I happened to walk in at the same time. And I said, they're all, dressed up,
Mhm.
kind of formal. They're not in their black uniforms yet. And I said, oh, wow. I said, I always thought you guys came in like, like presidential style, with like a limousine, motorcade,
Very
secret guards.
fancy.
They started laughing. And they said, well, who are you? I said, I'm just the announcer. And I said, I try to stay up in the air all night and not tick you guys off. So, but very nice guys. But this weekend, so we got Thursday night, we got Stephon Gilmore, which is tonight.
Mhm.
We have tomorrow, which is Friday. If you're listening to this the day of, on Friday, the Pedro Martinez replica jersey night. For the first 3,000 fans entering the ballpark, you will get a free Pedro Martinez replica Paw Sox jersey, which is
Cool.
awesome. Saturday night, all you need is love. It's the Beatles fireworks. Of course, fireworks every Saturday night for the
Mhm.
home game. Beatles fireworks, it's one of the most popular shows. It's really cool. They do a great job with that whole show there. And then on Sunday, it's the typical day in the park. You can play catch on the field from 12 to 12:30 if you come early. Just
Very
show up,
cool.
bring your glove, bring a ball, and then after the game, everybody's invited to come down and run the bases. Think about it. You've watched various players who you've loved. David Ortiz has played there. Pedro
Mhm.
Martinez. All these Dustin Pedroia, Kevin Youkilis, all the great baseball. Roger Clemens. They've all played at McCoy. You can run the same bases they did. Although I'm not sure if Roger Clemens ever did because he was a pitcher. But I'm sure he did it for fun once.
Skipped
But
around.
anyway, absolutely. It's just stick to throwing, man. Just stick to throwing. The rocket, as they call them. But that's happening all this weekend over at McCoy Stadium. Come on down to the ballpark. It's a great time to catch a game.
Yay. I'm now picturing Roger Clemens skipping around McCoy.
Yeah. That's something I'd pay good money to see that. Hey,
Amen.
something we totally forgot to mention.
Tell me.
The show is award winning,
Yep.
and I think I've narrowed it down. Last week we weren't so sure, but apparently the Rhode Island Problems the Instagram.
Yes.
Apparently, they got an invitation too. So I think we're narrowing it down. I believe we did win for best podcast.
Yay!
But if we did it, if there was something else, maybe we got voted best place to get a latte. We are award winning. Thank you so much to all the voters out there. We'll have more for you as that comes forward and as the Best of Rhode Island party approaches. Come join us, hang with us. That's going to be fun. And as we said in the beginning, everything we talked about can be found on our website, wickedrodypodcast.com.
I love it. Awesome. So listen, guys, if you're on Instagram, check out our Instagram. If you're on Facebook, make sure you like us on Facebook because, of course, that is where you're going to be seeing some of the best photos, learn about some great events here in the state. And if you go to any of the events, we want to know. We want to see them. And I have to give a huge shout out because one of our listeners went to the Frosty Drew Observatory.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna shout her out. Where are you? Where's your name? Laura Lou Lovey on Instagram. Took a picture there. Thank you so much for taking that picture and using that hashtag WickedRhody. Once again, go to any of these events, use that hashtag. We'll check it on out.
That's awesome. For advertising and sponsorship information, email us at wickedrodypodcast@gmail.com.
Until next time, folks, my name's Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro.
And you've been listening to Wicked Rhody. We'll have more for you next Thursday.